Hey team, welcome back to the channel. My name is Janet Gathers. I am She Gathers Wellness, Get House Fitness, whatever the case may be. And today we have the Unbig Your Back Challenge. Only because those are words the internet likes, but really what it is a customizable like detox cleanse situation, or like a weight loss booster, or even a kind of jump start for people who have not been on a weight loss or health journey, or they are kind of restarting. So here we go. It's for anyone. I would say in most cases, I've done this, I want to say 2 times on this channel. My channel has been around. My eyelashes turned the wrong directions, guys. I have to flip them back the right way. Anyways, my channel has been around, I want to say going on 10 years, and my business actually had its 10th birthday in February, but I had a lot going on. I didn't even get to celebrate it. But anyways, but in that 9 years, I want to say I have 2 other type videos like this. So this will be the 3rd time. So each time I add a little more detail to it. But I find that each time the people that this resonates most with, because I do it around the same time of year, I want to say, are people who have basically let winter take a hold of them. So you went from Halloween to Thanksgiving to New Year's. I skipped Christmas, my apologies, Jesus, to Christmas into New Year's, and then in most places it's very cold. Even if it's not cold, most places it gets dark very, very early. And then just the energy of the planet kind of shifts into things moving very slow, into more rest mode. And if you're not very conscious of it, you will slip into the pattern of the energy around you, which is not a bad thing. We do need rest and stuff, but you also have to do it in a way that is healthful to your body and your longevity. So I found that this usually resonates with people who have quote unquote put on the winter coat, like they have an extra layer of holidays on them. But again, like I said, it's also good for people who have hit plateaus or are just trying to restart or get started, period. Also, have to note all the time, also need to note that I am not a doctor. I do have a lot of certifications and a degree, but none of them put PhD or MD at the end of my title. So I'm not a doctor, and even if I was, I'm not your doctor. So take everything with a grain of salt, I guess I would say. When I teach yoga, I say take what you need, leave what you don't. So if you have medications that conflict with a suggestion, or you have mobility or fitness level issues, or a religious restriction, or a dietary restriction, common sense, do what you need to do to fit it to your situation. Also keeping in mind that to get change, you have to make a change. So you can't always write off everything. So some things might be not for you just to do in this 21 days. It might be a mental note that, hey, I want to add this into my lifestyle, but I need to figure out how to do it, and do it in a place and a way that's not harmful to me. So you might need to consult people, or you might need to do it at a slower pace. It might not be a 21-day type thing. It might be a 90-day or a 6-month thing. So I know common sense is not that common these days, but I'm gonna need you to dig within and make sure that whatever you do actually makes sense for your situation. And then also don't be so soft on yourself that you barely doing anything, then you barely get results, and then you're upset because, like, I did these things for 21 days. And did you though? Did you? Anyways, so the suggestions are broken up into 3 levels. So I would suggest that you try to implement most of the things, like 90-95% of the things, at least in level 1. If you can't do nothing else, at least try to implement most of level 1, because I think that would get a lot of people some movement, whether that is better sleep, your skin starts to clear up, you actually start moving your bowels and going to the bathroom. You just get more active, you kind of de-bloat, you get something, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a mindset shift. A mindset shift. I tried to make set and shit. Anyway. So I would suggest that you would try to implement most of the suggestions in level 1 at least. So there are 3 levels, and of 3 levels, the suggestions in them can be put into 3 categories. So just a mental note to yourself that the suggestions will either fall into something for you to eliminate or decrease, and it's an or because it depends on the person in the situation. So category: eliminate or decrease, increase or add, and then try or further research. And try or further research situation is because if you've been following me for a while, you know, I went through a whole like holistic healing situation. And in that few years, I researched a lot of Middle Eastern, Asian, a little bit of Caribbean and African like cultures and how they live and do so for longevity, sustainability, and do it very healthfully and in a holistic type way. So for these things, if you haven't done the research I've done or you're not familiar with it, you may need to do research on your end before you add it into your situation. As well as some things, even if it is a helpful, I have to put them, they sound very alike coming out of my mouth. I'm gonna put the words on the screen. Even if you're doing something that is healthy, if you haven't done things around it sometimes to support it, it can backfire. Suggestion. Example. Increasing your fiber. If you increase your fiber because you want to go to the bathroom more, or because you are constipated or bloated or having digestive issues, that's great. But also, are you drinking enough water to move the stuff out of your bowels? Now you have all this fiber, it is just compounding. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that are very healthy to do, but if you're not doing other things around it, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you can make your situation worse. So all these things noted, let's get into it. Of course, I have my notes down here. I'm gonna fold this paper so I can pay attention to exactly where I need to be. All right, so level 1. All right, gang, this is my second attempt at starting this level 1 list because it makes me kind of tangent. Also, every time I try to film something, they either want to do some lawn care, somebody wants to test some like pipe muffler things on their cars, or somebody I almost certain like drops a new Hemi into their car and they want to like. So anyways, whatever you hear, my apologies. I try to fix it in editing, and you know, I'll add some little lo-fi beats because I love a little lo-fi beat, so hopefully that covers it up. But if you hear it, just like, all right. I swear it got louder when I said that. All right, gang. So level 1. All right, gang, take 3. Take 3 of trying to start just the level 1 part. Okay. I honestly don't know what the problem is, but I almost want to start at the bottom and then go up, but I won't do that. Okay, so level 1. And also my eyelashes today. Ooh, I got it. So yeah, okay. All right, level 1, things to eliminate. This is for 21 days. So don't freak out. You're not gonna fall out or pass out or wither away without these things. You can do without these things for 21 days. Okay? You ready? All right. Alcohol, calm. Alcohol, fried food, desserts. In the desserts category is sweets and candy, okay? Soda, breathe. Dairy, pork, and beef. Not all meats, just pork and beef. This list is specifically made because these things are very harsh for our bodies to process and digest. And if we are cleansing or detoxing or jump starting or restarting, you need to give your system the best foundation. And taking these things out is what's best. So again, alcohol, fried foods, desserts, candy, sweets, soda, dairy, beef, and pork. You can eat poultry, you can eat fish, there's vegan protein sources. We just don't want to do the alcohol, the fried food, the dessert, sweet candy, soda, dairy, beef, pork. 21 days, okay? While you're doing that, you've taken these things out, increase your whole fruit and veggie intake. And I say whole because I'm ensuring that they're not things that are canned in syrup and deep fried and like, oh, I'm eating okra, but it's deep fried. Well, you pretty much, you eliminate it. It's healthful benefits. So whole fruits and veggies. Eat grain and carb in correct proportion, in proportion and in portion size for your goals. So that means people that are doing, let's say, higher cardio, like if you're running a marathon, you need more carbohydrate sources than me doing like the elliptical and yoga. So we need carbs. They're our body's first source of fuel. So we need carbs. We do not want to eliminate carbs, but what we do want to do is eat the right carbs. So we're not eating cake and donuts and, all right, I'm not restarting this time, but I am gonna have to edit my grain carb situation. So I don't know where I'm gonna fit this in. Just, you know, on your end that there was a blooper. So anyways, so you're gonna eat carbs and grains in proportion and in portion size that correlate with your goals. And unprocessed means like you're eating actually the jasmine rice or the brown rice or the potato or a slice of Ezekiel bread or a slice of sourdough. We're not doing a bunch of French fries and cakes and donuts, and you're eating what you need to fit your goals and to fuel your body. Next, we want to eat easily digestible proteins. So you also want to cook them in a way that is clean. So if we are going to be eating chicken and fish, we're not doing deep fried catfish. Duh. Maybe you do some salmon. If we're doing tofu, maybe you're doing like a season in a pan sear situation. We're not, again, deep frying them or finding some new way to put a sugar sauce on it. Like, eat it in a way that is easily digestible and it is clean. You want to increase your water intake, and I wouldn't say everyone needs to drink a gallon of water. I think that's a good like goal, just to see how much water do I drink. But most people, one, aren't going to drink a gallon of water a day, and it doesn't serve everybody because everyone's not losing that much water. Like if you live in Florida where it's 90 degrees almost all the time and you sweat just because you breathe, you probably want to drink more water than someone that is in 30 degrees for most of the day, most of the year. So you want to kind of match your activity and your environment with your water intake, but everyone can increase their water, whether it's 2 more glasses a day, whatever. Increase the water. That will also help you move food and inflammation and gunk and stuff out of your system. So increase your water. Start reading your food labels, your labels. Start reading your food labels. We want to read for ingredients and nutritional values, because a lot of these things that people think are healthy actually aren't. And if you knew what to look for on the label, you could kind of tell. Also, some things have hidden ingredients, and I found this out big time when I went vegan. There's a lot of things that have milk in them that you would be like, why is there milk in that? Like a lot of barbecue potato chips, for whatever reason, have milk powder. When you make barbecue, do you put milk in it? Not anybody I know, but they put it on the chips. So it can be as simple as that. Like maybe you're eating things and it's upsetting your stomach and you're like, why is this upsetting my stomach? Maybe there's something in it that your body doesn't like, and it might be something that you actually know about and you're not reading the labels because you're just assuming things. So read it. So one, it has, you can see if it has in it or doesn't have in it what you think, and then also see if it is what you think. Is it actually healthy? Like that is a catch-all term. These companies don't have like a legal right to say that this is healthy or not healthy, because what's healthy for me might not be healthy for you. So I can use the term, but I mean, I eat peanut butter a couple times a week. If somebody's allergic, that's not healthy for them. So healthy is a broad spectrum term. So read it to make sure that it is good for you. Also note that usually when a company takes something out to either make it low carb or low sodium or low sugar or whatever the case may be, they have to increase something else just to balance out the flavor or to make it, what am I trying to say? To make it, I want to say hold together. But like if you decrease flour in something, you might have to increase the fiber. Like you need something to still make the thing the thing. So again, just take a look and make sure you know what you're eating. And if you don't know how to read the nutrition label, we got Google these days. I mean, you can old school encyclopedia it, but we got Google and YouTube. You can learn how to read the nutrition label and then fit it towards your goals. The last thing in level 1 would be to try Meatless Monday. And this is good for multiple reasons. One, because when you take out the meat sources from 3 meals from one whole day, you automatically decrease your calories unless what you put in there is wild, and then and then you end up screwing yourself. But in most cases, if you just decrease the meat and increase your, say, sides, like even if you don't even want to think about like, how do I even do a Meatless Monday? If you just take away the meat and increase your sides and you're already eating a healthy meal, you just won the week right there. Long as you eat healthy for the rest of the week and what that meal was that you took those meats from, you good, you're golden. So try Meatless Monday. Again, it's 21 days, so it's literally just 3 Mondays. It's not like some big ballpark thing, you know what I mean? So those are the level 1 task. Level 2, increase your activity. So this can mean different things for different people because we're talking to a wide spectrum of folks. So it can mean adding a day of working out. It could mean increasing your cardio or starting cardio if you haven't. It could mean increasing the time you're working out. So if you're only doing 20 minutes, do 30. If you're doing 30, maybe do 35. It could also mean trying a new type of workout. Sometimes our mind and our bodies are kind of just over what we're doing. So if all you've been doing is lifting weights and doing bodybuilding, maybe you need to throw in some Pilates or yoga. Or if maybe all you're doing is yin yoga, maybe you need to do some power yoga. Or maybe if all you're doing is running, maybe you need to pick up a weight. So just evaluate and just switch it up. And it's also good for your mental. Like you need a new challenge. Like maybe you're bored, your mind is bored and your body is bored. It's like, okay, we're doing this again. So try something new. Also for level 2, if it is not triggering, because I have worked with people that doing any type of tracking is triggering to them for whatever reason, whether it's a eating disorder or a past trauma, or it can be a bunch of things. If it is not triggering for you and your situation, start tracking. And I just put tracking because that is also a broad spectrum word. So you can track your food, you can track your activities, and you can track your habits, or you can track all of it. So sometimes you just need to see, like, get a calendar. I worked out today. I took these 2 days off. Or maybe you need to write down, this was my breakfast, this was my lunch, this was my dinner. Maybe you need to put, these were the calories in my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. Maybe you just need to track habits. Like, I'm working out, but I'm also adding in doing this meditation and playing with the kids or something. So sometimes we just need to see what we're doing, and depending on where you are in life, maybe you don't need to be weighing yourself every week. Maybe you don't need to be looking at any calories. Maybe you don't need to be even looking at your activities. So if this is triggering, like I said, don't do it. But if you're somebody that you know this would be helpful for you, because you can't gaslight yourself out of, yeah, I've been doing great, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, but nothing's working. I'm still feeling this way, I'm still looking this way, my clothes still fit the same, or they're fitting even tighter. If you could actually see what you're really doing and be able to look and see what you actually ain't doing, it could help you a lot. And then the last thing in level 2 is to get an accountability partner, whether that is a friend or a spouse or a lover or a coworker or a homie off the internet that y'all just jive online and y'all never met, but just someone that can help you check in and help keep you on track for your 21 days. And maybe they even do some or all of the challenge with you. Maybe y'all sit down and, hey, these are the things we're agreeing to do, and it might not match because y'all are two different people, but we've agreed to do these things for these 21 days. This is what you're gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna hold each other accountable. So that's level 2. All right. So level 3, this is the further research section. So this would not be for everybody or most people. Even for the people it is for, if you haven't done it before, haven't heard of it before, haven't tried it before, you're probably going to need to do some research to see if it is a good thing for you, because like I said, one thing that's healthy for one person might not be healthy for the next person. Yeah, I think that's the only caveats for that. So for the level 3 section would be to try incorporating cleansing miracles. We all want one. Try incorporating cleansing minerals or supplements. And those can be things like diatomaceous earth, black seed oil, sea moss, oregano oil, chlorophyll, things like that. Things that are cleaners for the bottom. Wow. Well, I mean, it will end up cleaning out the bottom. I was gonna say cleansing for the body, and cilantro is also a good cleaner, but usually that's something you would add fresh into your food or a juice or something. Anyways, again, research. These also, like I said in the beginning, are things for the most part that you need to make sure everything else is on target so that these things don't backfire on you. Like, especially like if you're doing a diatomaceous earth, you need to make sure you're drinking enough water to clear this out, because otherwise it's just caking up in your system. So do your research. Another level 3 task would be to try some type of fasting, whether it is intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day type fasting, alternate day fasting. That isn't for everyone because of some people's medications or activity levels or way of life, or so if it's good for you or something you want to try to incorporate, then do so. Also, these are things that you would want to plan before you start the fast, because you need to be you need to be prepared for the change in I was gonna say change in tradition. Why would I say tradition? I don't know. You want to be prepared for the changes, okay? Next would be to try a parasite cleanse. Now, this is good for many reasons, because we're humans, we're mammals like all the animals that are outside. So just because we live in this world, you walk around barefoot, people got pets, you're eating sushi and halfway cooked meats and all kinds of stuff. We're going in pools and water sources and all these things. It's just life. There's parasites. So we need to cleanse our systems every now and then. The same way we do an oil change on our cars. Like, we take care of our homes and our material things and cars more than we take care of our body. Like, you need to flush your system. So parasites, the symptoms of parasites, a lot of people have them, but we're calling them other things. And I think if you did a parasite cleanse, and most people need to do more than one, you would start to break some of those symptoms, as far as brain fog and not being able to sleep, some allergies, some stomach issues, some skin issues. Yeah. So again, research that. And parasite cleanses usually have a die-off symptom. Again, research it. So that's also something you need to be prepared for. So do your research. Colonics. Colonics are really good for the same reason that a parasite cleanse is, because we have all this stuff built up in our body. We're eating things that we're not really supposed to eat, or in ways we're not supposed to eat them. And then even if you are eating in a healthful way, the way the food system is set up now, there's things put in there that we can't control, that our bodies really weren't supposed to ever intake. So it messes up our systems and the way that it is supposed to eliminate, and the way it's supposed to get rid of the things that it eliminates, the waste. So getting a colonic is a good way to jumpstart, clean out all kinds of things. I think I have 2 videos on colonics, but I can't remember because they were so long ago. I'm pretty sure I put the reasons why you would want to get a colonic. I started getting colonics back when I was on my healing journey. I just kind of plateaued, and I literally felt stuck. I felt like all the things I was doing to heal my body, I felt like it was literally stuck in my system. Like, okay, so now I've eliminated the things that were holding me back, and now I just feel like it's sitting in my body. So I started getting colonics. I had to at first, and I think I'm on year 3 of getting colonics. So in the beginning, I was going every week. That was for a good 3-4 months. And then as my body healed, and I was doing other things, of course, but as my body healed, the colonics spaced themselves out. So I went from every week to every other week to every 3 weeks to every 4 weeks. I was on every 4 weeks for probably a year, and then it went to about every 6 to 8 weeks, and now I go like every 2 to 3 months. So, and I still go. I went this week. I went on Monday. So so I believe in colonics, and if you get a colonic, I would suggest you get a closed system colonic, which means there's a person in the room administering it. They actually massage your bowels and your organs. They can tell you like how your liver feels. They can tell you about your spleen. They can tell you what is like pulsing and what's stuck and what feels stuck, like all the things. The ones where you go in there and pretty much do it yourself, unless you yourself know about colonics and the things that go on in the body, I don't know that would be helpful for me. So I don't suggest that one. I would suggest a closed system one that is administered by a person that is actually going to massage your bowels, and they let the water in and let it out and all that situation. And the last thing kind of goes into with the parasite cleanse and the colonics, is in the same vein, are cleansing teas. And I put this last because I also feel a way about them, because there's a lot of weight loss teas, and those aren't the teas I'm talking about. I'm talking about the teas that you would either get from like an Oriental market, or a tea that is basically just herbs that help your body detox or create a waste elimination. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say on that. So yeah, those are those are the 3 levels. And I don't know why this video was so interesting for me to try to get the words out, but hopefully I don't have to film it again. I'm gonna watch it back and we're gonna see. It kind of feels like I'm gonna have to film it again. Hopefully I don't. But thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment and let me know if any of these tips were helpful. Well, yeah, were they helpful and helpful to you? Also let me know what tips or levels or suggestions you will be implementing for yourself and when you plan to start, and also if you'll be doing it with a buddy and an accountability partner. So I think that is it. I hope everyone is well. I hope you have a great week whenever this finds you, and yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye.